Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls Easy Mode. We've escaped the prison last time. And now let's have our revenge, possibly. And yeah, there's a guy behind that corner. If you know about it, you're fine. And killing him will give me a soft humanity. There we go. The reason I knew that is because the first enemy you kill after leaving the prison will always give you a soft humanity. No idea why they did that, but they did. You want to be really careful here because there's a guy behind the corner, so go for a backstab against the archer and you'll be immune against the sword attacks. Okay, next is a channeler. Damn it. This is one annoyance I have with the channelers. As soon as they start their teleport, ouch, that was a really bad moment to change weapons. They become immune to damage, but you don't lose lock on, and that just... I know, it makes it a bit tedious to fight them. Okay. And yeah, these archers and these hollows, they do a ton of damage, so really be careful. Now we need to turn this handle. I'm just going to show you the quickest route through this. There's no very useful items around here, so if you're interested in exploring, you can obviously do that. Feel free to. But yeah, I'll leave you to explore and discover what else is around here yourself. There's a few mimics, a few chests, a few items, but nothing of great import. And I don't really like this area, so I'm just going to go through it swiftly. Okay, next we want to deal with this archer over there. And knowing the enemy placement is really important in this particular area. Just because there's so many occasions here where enemies can hit you and from quite a long way. So you need to know where you can stand safely and where you need to move cautiously and all these things. It's kind of important. Wow. That triple hit. Oh well. These channelers, incidentally, do respawn. So you need to deal with them every time. But yeah, that was a little careless. Should not have gone for that second grade combustion. That kind of killed me. Which is, I keep telling people and I still do it myself. Do not get greedy. It's important. It's good advice. I heard it myself a lot when I started playing. But still, there's always that instinct you keep getting where, oh, I might be able to kill him now and then it'll be faster. It tends to be preferable to just wait and go at it slow, but... Now, ideally, the channeler will open with his dance. Okay. Oh yeah, I know the issue. I turned the staircase on the other side, so the staircase on this side is also turned. They're kind of linked. Which meant that last time I was safe here from this guy, top guy. Nah. Why would I keep doing that? Again, should have gone back and healed. Oh well. You'll get to see me fail and fail again. Which is fine. It's another important lesson I keep having to tell new players especially. To not get frustrated or angry. The idea is that if you die, it's not... People get angry because they feel, ugh, the game killed me there. What you're meant to do is basically analyze why you died, and then make sure to not make that mistake again. For example, there I told you earlier that it's important to know where it's safe and where it isn't in this area. So you know where the sniping enemies can hit you and where they cannot. And I forgot that I turned the staircase, so that sniping enemy, that mage guy, could actually hit me. Which I had not paid attention to. So he hit me, and that kind of broke my concentration. And it was unexpected, and I didn't know what to do. And I failed because of that. And now he's going to teleport over to the other side, but I don't care. Now he does his dance, I also don't care. And now I can kill him. Okay. So ideally I would have done that the first time around, and now I can go down these stairs that I just turned and go right here, climb down the ladder, slide, pull this lever. By the way, the sniper from up there can still hit you down here. And this opens up a shortcut to a very convenient bonfire right here. And I will use a twin humanity to reverse hollowing and kindle this bonfire. Oi! That's what you get for trying to use your controller with the wrong hand. You mispress. I was trying to get a drink and menu at the same time, and that didn't work out well. Okay, this is also a warpable bonfire, meaning it's a bonfire that you can warp to. Yeah, I wanna go back and grab some stuff now. So first things first. There's a bunch of chests in here. This should be the crystal ember, allowing you to make crystal weapons. That's basically an upgrade path that generally no one ever uses. It does increase the damage of a weapon substantially, but it means if it runs out of durability, it's just gone forever. And that's something that a lot of people it turns a lot of people off the idea of using it. Including me, I don't like using that upgrade path either. This should be the key to get Logan out of his cell. And this is a mimic. Very useful, well, not for me, but it can be a very useful mimic. This mimic drops, well, the symbol of avarice he drops because he's the last mimic that was left. I've now killed all the mimics in the base game. There's some more in the DLC, but yeah. The last mimic, or the sixth, wow, never mind. 5 plus first. Mimic you kill always drops a symbol of avarice, plus its standard drop, which is the enchanted falchion. And the enchanted falchion, if you're playing a mage, especially a mage dex build, is a very, very good weapon. So it's always nice to get that. And then in here, I think that's just a blue chunk or two. Okay, single one. And these are used to upgrade enchanted and magic weapons. So, depending on how lucky you got, I currently have 4 blue titanite chunks, which would allow me to make that enchanted falchion plus 3 already. Which isn't bad. And yeah, notice how the archer was able to hit me, so... Can I get you through this? Probably not, eh? Nah, probably out of range. Okay, now I want to go back to the prison. Nah. I wanted to go for a backstab, which would have made me immune to the mage attack, but it came a little quicker than I needed it to. Oh well. I really don't like this place because of all the sniping that you get. So it's I generally play quite carefully and quite slowly, and this place really doesn't support that playstyle. Because if you try to take your time, you just get sniped from all directions. And that's a little inconvenient. Well, I say a little. But since all I want to do is get back to the prison, that should be fine. Seem to recall... Yeah, I think this is the better way. You're safe from the mage guy up there, and you can deal with one of the sword guys and the bow guy. So then you're a lot safer for this encounter. Try to use the pillars to your advantage as well. How is that not a backstab? Seriously. See, using the pillar to heal. That was smart. Some of the other stuff I did was not so smart. Nope. There was another stored action. I did, like, he interrupted my swing with his magic, but then he instead did the swing later when I really didn't want the swing anymore. I went in here to trigger the melee guy. Fine. Doesn't want me to backstab him. Don't know why. Okay, that's the rough section over anyway. And now I no longer need to deal with it. As I said, I don't like how you get sniped from all directions all the time when going into the Duke's archives there. I don't know, I don't like it. I know other people quite enjoy it. Now it might be tempting, but I suggest not activating this bonfire here. Come on, one of those should have been a backstab. Oh well. By not activating the bonfire, after I'm done here, I can just homeward bone out and don't have to worry about fighting through the Duke's archives again. I mean, it would be a lot easier because I've activated the shortcut now. But it's still a bit of a hassle. Okay, now all of these guys, or gals really, but let's not get into it, they're back. They don't have a large aggro range, but they still have one. And the ones that drop the miracles do not respawn. It's just that now that the music's no longer playing, they are a little more, I don't know, docile, calm, friendly. So now you can open the cell, tell him he's saved. He'll promise to share his magic with you. I believe at this point he'll also sell you his magic if you don't have enough intelligence. I believe previously if you didn't have enough intelligence, he'd just be like, thank you for helping me, but you really are slightly too dumb for me. I think now he sells it to you whatever your intelligence value is. I might be wrong. We can actually check. I should have fairly low intelligence. Yeah, 9. It's definitely not what he wants. I think he wants 12 maybe? But yeah, I'm definitely not at the value he requires. And he now sits right here. He also tells you about the secret of Seath's immortality. Which is again one of those things where people complain that the game doesn't tell them stuff. It kinda does, it just doesn't tell you where it tells you, basically. So it's kinda well hidden, but he tells you exactly what you have to do in order to be able to defeat the boss. Which previously, I mean, I didn't even try, but previously that boss was invincible. You couldn't kill it. If you dealt any damage, it would be healed instantly. And you can now buy all of this magic. And Soul Spear and Crystal Soul Spear in particular, but there's also the Crystal Soul Mass and Crystal versions are incredibly good spells. Excuse me.
Farewell.
Okay, now, if you've gotten the Enchanted Falchion, but you need to upgrade it further, you want blue chunks. There's quite a few of those to be had. Well, you can farm them in the next area, basically. And the game also conveniently gives you prism stones here, which is nice. Because there's actually use for them coming up. For now, let's hop down here. Note that the crystal golem back there has already aggroed onto you. So if you don't want multiple at the same time, I'd suggest waiting about here. Underneath this, well, I don't know, scaffolding. I mean, it doesn't look like there's construction going on, so I don't know. It still looks like scaffolding. Let's go with it. And these guys can drop blue chunks. So if you're looking to upgrade your Enchanted Falchion, that's a good place to farm the items. There's also a few pickups lying around here, but I'm not too interested in them. There's nothing really of use to me. And this is not intended to be a 100% guide or anything along those lines. Another chunk, it's nice. And this is also a place to go for slabs. So if you're playing a mage character, I'd also strongly recommend doing this area first. The downside is that a lot of the stuff you encounter here is quite resistant to magic. Okay, now let's see. I know it's possible to only get one of these guys, but it's a bit difficult. Nope, didn't do it. I don't think they'll break easily either. This is a lot easier if you have ranged options, but let's see how the Great Combustion goes. Nah. Okay. Yeah, fighting multiple enemies at once is never works well in this game. Especially multiple tougher enemies. I mean, it works, and you know, if I weren't so bad, that wouldn't be such an issue, but I still generally think it's not. The combat system works best when fighting a single enemy of at least in the same order of magnitude of size as you have. So fighting anything really tiny can get annoying because you can't hit it. Fighting anything super huge can also get annoying because you basically end up staring at its feet all day. Okay, let's descend down into the crystal cave. You can attack these butterflies, but they are kinda tough, so I'd advise against it. They do drop blue slabs though. Very rarely. Now this dude here is kinda dangerous. He's a lot stronger than the other crystal golems we've encountered so far. Now, if you do it right, you can make him jump to his death, like so. It's kind of luck based. You try to stand here as he's standing up there, and then if he does some attacks, he'll fall to his death. You can otherwise use this space here to fight him, but it's kind of a small space. And after you hop down, it's just turning around. And then there's a third crystal lizard there, so if you didn't get all three, quit the game, reload the game. Wow, that camera really confused me. Okay, well, again, quit the game. No. Reload the game. Kill it. There you go. And each of those guys can drop more blue titanite chunks. So how many do I now have? I should have enough. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could probably upgrade the enchanted falchion to +4 with this. And then over there's the item required to get it to +5. You can see it glowing in the distance. I'm not going to go for it. There's invisible pathways in this place. The ones that you need to go over to progress through the area to its end, basically, those will all be straight. This thing here isn't straight. I don't know exactly what its actual shape is, but that's the reason they give you prism stones, because you can use a prism stone. You throw it down before you, and basically, if there's ground to walk on, you know, you'll see that light effect on the ground there. It's a prism stone. So it'll tell you where you can walk, basically. So you can kind of step from prismed stone to prismed stone, seeing if you're able to walk. It's a bit tedious, but it can be done. I don't want to do it because I don't need to, and I keep dying there. But anyway, once you're out, you just make your way straight down to that edge. You can also look at the falling crystal snowflake things, which tell you where it's safe to walk and where it isn't. Okay, there's a soul item right here that I want to get. Now I suggest getting it and then running away quite quickly. The longer you stay there, the more likely that this butterfly will aggro. Basically, if you stay too long close to him, he'll get angry and fight you. Okay, now for the man-eater clams. This is a fairly nasty thing they do here. There's multiple of these enemies. You can pull them separately, but you need to be quite careful, because the ones that aggro first aren't the ones closest to you. You've seen that before, for example, with the leeches in Blighttown. But with the leeches it's not so bad if you have to fight multiple at the same time. With these guys, it is. These guys are rough. They're quite strong. Now they don't have any poise, so they're easy to stagger. But they do a ton of damage. And they also drop Twinkling Titanite and Purging Stones. So these are the guys you want to farm for that stuff. Ouch. Okay, more Twinkling Titanite. Nice. Not that I need it, but if you have a weapon that's a Twinkling Titanite upgrade, you can farm these guys. But I'd suggest doing it after you've cleared the area fully, and it'll become apparent quite soon why I suggest that. Okay, you come along. So if you have a weapon that has enough reach, they're quite easy to deal with one-on-one, but yeah. You don't want them to hit you, they do a ton of damage. I think now one of the guys in the back will be the next to aggro. This is just experience, really. If you are not that experienced... Ugh, and I got two at once, of course. I don't think you can break them either. And that's exactly what I mean. If you let them hit you, they have this very nasty habit of knocking you down, and then they hit you with another attack just as you've gotten up. It actually happens quite commonly with these guys. It's fairly rare in other situations, but basically as long as you're knocked down, you're immune to damage. But as soon as you get up, there's 1 or 2 frames where you are susceptible to damage but can't move yet. And these guys in particular are really able to exploit that. They can hit you just in those moments when you're able to take damage but aren't able to move yet. I'm not sure if that's just coincidental because of how they set the cooldown on the attacks, or if that was intentional, but it happens quite a lot with them. When they hit you with that knockdown, that the leg attack they do afterwards just kills you. So yeah, I got Careless and Aggro 2 at the same time there. That's always a bad idea. So I'm just gonna go... Whoa. Not quite how I planned that, but it's fine. Yeah, the reason I went to such trouble... Well, it wasn't trouble this time, but it might have been. I killed that big crystal guy by letting him jump to his death. Generally speaking, you can spend a lot of resources on killing it if you like. Because if you have to go down here repeatedly because you're struggling with the boss, then you don't want to deal with him every time, and he's a one-time spawn. So basically, if you've managed to get rid of it once, he won't come back. So yeah, if you feel like it, you can waste a lot of spells on it to kill it as well, just because once it's gone, it's not coming back. Okay, let's go. Grab one of them. I think I came at it from a bad angle, where I got them both simultaneously. Let's see if I can't do that better. And yeah, that attack especially, it drains a ton of stamina if you try to block it, as I did. So do not underestimate them just because they look kind of funky. Like that. I should probably stop this right now and do the boss next time, but I'll give it one more shot. The boss itself isn't actually that difficult. Just... I do this thing where I try to clear an area and then I die. And then the next time I just get more and more careless because I just want to get through it. And if that happens too much, it just... that's the point where I have to stop playing for about a while. Which is also something that's important to know when you should stop. Because sometimes you're just kind of not just stuck because it's too difficult, but just stuck because you keep making mistakes. Oh, wow. And that's just... it happens to me quite a bit, where if I fail an area, I do worse and worse on subsequent attempts, so... tends to be that, for example, when I go on a new character and do ONS, my first fight will be fine, like it happened in this playthrough, and then afterwards I just lose it for a bit, and then I did 2 more attempts, and those were both pretty rubbish. And then I gave it a rest a while, and, you know, went outside for a walk, did some gardening, stuff like that. Came back, did my 4th attempt, and that one worked just fine. And that's just kind of something that commonly happens with me, so... if it doesn't work out this time, I think that's just... that's a good sign that I should stop for a while. Shame about all the souls. Okay, come on. And I think they're called man-eater clams, or man-eater shells, maybe. Once you've got the timing down, I mean, it's not that difficult to just keep them stun-locked. Especially with the weapon I'm using. Shouldn't be hard to fight them, but, you know, I'm struggling anyway. That was a sneaky one. These guys drop Twinkling Titanite and Purging Stones a lot, by the way. Okay, let's go at it from... do I usually go more from here? I think so. No, wait. Here-ish. Let's try. Okay. Okay, very slowly. There we go. And the one that's kind of closest to me has its back turned, so it's the last one that I actually kill. I don't know if that's a grab attack, by the way. I think it might have been. There we go. Now you, and then there's only one left. Now it's always tempting to just run straight to the boss. But the first time through here, I would strongly recommend killing all these guys. It might take a little while, as you might have noticed. I died twice, but that's fine. It's the first time through, these guys can make it into the boss fight. On subsequent run-throughs, they cannot. So first time through, best kill them, because otherwise they can be in the boss room and that can just be a hassle. Ouch. Ow. Oh, don't. See, they don't look so fast, but they're actually pretty rough. Oh well, I did it. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, didn't drop anything. Okay, I don't have good curse resist on this stuff. I know that much. So I'm actually going to switch out one or two pieces to the dingy set. Dingy hood, and let's go for the dingy gloves as well. Giving me curse resist off. 53. I think that should be fine. Okay, do I also have any pine resin left? I do. Nice. Okay, let's just go for the boss once. I might be able to do it, I might not. Let's see. So anyway, as we run in here, there's no fog gate, you see, so if the man-eaters were still following me, they could actually be hitting me here. What I'd suggest is going behind this crystal, applying a weapon buff if you have any, then wait for him to come quite close, and then break it, because it'll stun him for a bit. And you need to break that crystal so you can damage him. No, don't just leg swipe me, you evil thing. Think I'm safe here? No, this I want to run away from. These crystals also afflict curse, so something to be careful about. And there we go. Not a difficult boss fight at all. His attacks are really easy to avoid. Most of them don't even hit you if you stand right next to him. And if he starts charging up the each AoE, you can kind of see his hands doing a, I don't know, magic animation. I'm trying to do it right now, but obviously you can't see. But yeah, when he starts charging it up, just leg it. The crystals, they do a bit of damage. The damage isn't so bad, but they also afflict curse. And, well, curse, if your curse meter fills up, you're instantly dead, and you start out with half health. Conveniently enough, though, right outside the boss room are the enemies that you need to farm to get rid of curse, so that's kind. And I now have, what, 3 or 4 purging stones? Yeah, 4, that's ample. You can cut off his tail to get a fairly nice sword for a magic user. Again, I wasn't going to go for it. And yeah, as you can see, with a well upgraded weapon and a lightning buff, you can wreck him up quite easily. It's, as I said, it's not a difficult fight. The difficult bit really is getting to it. Because I find the Crystal Cave and Duke's Archives to be a sort of not a very fun area. Anyway, after you're done, that's a warpable bonfire, by the way, so you can warp here if you want. You can farm the shells from back here, and you just kind of go at it from behind and, you know, pull them one by one, and then kill them if you want to farm Twinkling Titanite. Okay, next time I think we'll head down to Isolith. I might farm some humanity until then, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I should actually probably level up a bit. Let's go for a few points of strength and a little endurance. Okay, anyway, next time we'll head down to Isolith, so I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.